Morning, y'all. I'm off. It's going to be a warm one, we're being told. I'm heading to Torquay to do some filming with Dan Hendrickson, who you might remember from one of our course vlogs. We're going to try and review the new, not quite allowed to tell you yet, stuff, which will come out next week. Also going to try not to get too sunburnt. Sun cream o'clock, methinks. Time for a bit of breakfast first, I think. So yesterday's question, how do we get kids involved in golf more? It's a tricky one, and there's a million ways, I think, and no solution's going to be the all-encompassing fix. Lots of people calling about the lack of TV coverage now, and I personally, I've seen studies that show that isn't the case, but I've also seen ones that say it is. I think it's a crying shame. Think about this, right? What I think, I was thinking about this the other day. So Golf on Sky, obviously they cover every event, so we get to watch a lot more. Now when I say we, us golfers, middle class golfers who can afford the package, afford to watch it, the time to stay up, and obviously the cost. So if there's a big demographic of young people that we don't encourage to start, let's say people who aren't so middle class, perhaps, gee, let me think, most tour pros I've met seem to come from pretty good backgrounds, then we're not really helping them get inspired by golf stars, are we? So I think there's arguments both ways for that, and obviously that's not, there's loads of other arguments as well. I don't have a solution for this. I just remember when I was coaching junior clubs at the courses I've worked at through the years, I was very active in trying to get as many involved in the game as I could, and I did that by making it fun, really, kind of what you see on the course in our course vlogs. So today's question is going to be a hot one. How often do you guys make sure you put sun cream on? That's today's question. You'll be amazed at the amount of people that don't put it on enough and then might suffer in later life. So how many of you take the time to put sun cream on, bearing in mind we can be outside for 5 hours exposed to the sun? Hit those comments down below. Thumbs up the video as always. If you're watching, remember, hit the thumbs up button. It only helps. And don't be afraid to subscribe if you haven't already. So Torquay Golf Club, I got Dan with me in the passenger seat. Hello Dan. Because we're actually doing some club testing, which you'll see in the future. But today's daily vlog, I'm going to talk to you about approach play. Some of the biggest mistakes I see people make when it comes to approaching greens, hitting approach shots. So issue number one when it comes to approach play, I am 173 yards out and it's a slightly downhill, kind of running into the green situation. I'm going to hit a 7-iron and a 9-iron. 7-iron to start. I'll show you that one in a second. Now I'm going to hit a 9-iron. 173, going to hit my 9-iron. That's a 9-iron. There's a lot of quiet because I've got to show you those. That is ridiculous. Interesting result, Dan, eh?
It was a pleasure to watch, man. Absolute pleasure to watch.
So obviously I hit my 9-iron 173 yards, do I?
Obviously you do, yeah.
So look, the message from this one. This is my 9-iron. This is my 7-iron. That is the flag. My 9-iron and 7-iron do not go the same distance. And I see amateur after amateur using the bounce reading on holes that they play week in, week out as their reading for their club. So John, how far do you hit your 7-iron? Whoever John is. Oh, about 150, 160. He gets on the launch bar and he's carrying it 120. He plays a hole where he gets a bound on, and then what happens is he thinks that goes 150. Well, it does go 150, but he's maybe making 30 yards up in roll, which then you switch the situation uphill, over lakes, over bunkers, and I see amateur time after time just choosing really poor club. Get a gap test, get on the course in an evening, hit some shots, see where they land, measure where they land. That landing point is what you need to know, then you work roll in. And when people ask how far my clubs go, I'm talking carry distance with maybe 2 to 5 yards worth of roll. Predominantly I'm only delivering a carry number, which most good players will. Get your numbers on your approach, it will really help you.
Have another go.
Second issue when it comes to approach play. I probably need a few balls to demonstrate this test. My rinky dinks, and this is Dan's 4-iron, is 180 yards uphill and into the breeze. It's been proven the better players from 180 to 200 get more advantage than your average golfer, who often at this distance are not going to perform. They're not going to hit the green or even hit it close enough, which will then result in drop shots, which is why they need a handicap. I still see people out there using their 200 yard 180 and equivalent. So let's say you're a shorter hitter, your 5-iron, 4-iron, 3-iron range, bashing harder clubs. I use a rinky dinks. People laugh. I call it a silly name because obviously the ego attached to these kind of clubs. This gives me the best results from this distance. Doesn't mean I hit the green every time. I still miss target, but I have better results with this than I do with an iron. So what the hybrid does for me, it's got a bigger head down by the ball in my feelings of looking down of it. It's got roll and bulge, so not a straight face, which helps when I hit it off the centre, which I do with this kind of club. So I'm not playing to my ego, I'm playing to my best results. I've hit that pretty skank. And if that reaches, that's kind of front right on the green. Oh, we'll get up and show you. That was a low heel hit. Size of the head, the CG off the face, the roll and bulge is all helping me. Hit skank, probably going to make a par. That's what helps my ego at the end of the day, making that par. Now I want to stand here, hit the more sexy 4-iron. I want it to come in high like Stenson does. Love to be able to do that. And I've hit that pretty skank. Almost the same hit actually. Oh, we'll get up there and show you that one. No roll and bulge, weight pretty much on the face, not helping. We'll show you the results. You've got to learn to conquer this yardage as good as you can. That doesn't mean you hit the green every time. It means that you get the best stats you can from this distance. Show you this. 4-iron coming in lower, kind of ran up and has missed the green to the right. Hybrid, roll and bulge. The ball started more left because it caught that more leftward pointing part of the face. Started at the flag, cut and hit the green, opposed to the iron that started where this ball started and cut off to the right. My ego likes 2 putts from here and not having to hit a sand save. Get this distance, whatever an equivalent is for you, 5-iron, 4-iron, 3-iron distance, as conquered as you can get it. This is one of the biggest areas where I actually think equipment can help you much more than any driver tech and all that. The trouble is, you will want to watch driver reviews, you will want to know what the next driver does, and you don't want to watch the hybrid reviews, where this is really where you're going to change your scores. I've said it quite a lot, and I know I probably get a bit boring, but it does frustrate me because I would like you to be better. So my last desire I would have for my students and you people down the lens there who enjoy watching the daily vlogs and what have you, and if you like them, remember, hit that subscribe and thumbs up the video. Lots of you watching, not enough of you hitting the thumbs up button. Go on, just for me, just like click it. It's literally just down there and you click it and it all is good. 150 yards to the flag. And I want you to be able to play more than just your 150 yard shot. This is a skill that good players have, and one that lesser skilled players, so people with handicaps and higher handicappers, are always scared to do. The more you can hit the same distance with different clubs, it just allows you to get better in the wind, downwind, crosswinds, when the ball's going to hit the ground and run away from you, when you're hitting into upslopes, when you've got to go under trees, over trees. So this is a 150 yard shot. My 8-iron is the play. So if I just stand here, hit my 8-iron, I am hitting that green more than I'm missing it. That kind of middle of the green, the right side, not bad for distance. I might stand over the shot and feel, cool, it's a bit more in the wind than I thought when I drove up or walked up. Actually, I want to hit a soft 7 because it'll go in a bit lower. And I know there's trouble at the front of the green. Can you see how my brain's working? I'm not having a yardage hitting a shot. I have an array of shots at my disposal. And I'm not even changing my technique massively, so you don't need to worry about that. I'm just going to hit this club, maybe hold a little bit down the handle. Maybe even swing it a fraction slower to make it go that 8-iron distance with a different trajectory. I'm hitting into a slight upslope. There's a bit more wind than I first thought. I'm going to now hit the soft 7. And to be honest with you, that's almost the identical shot, just slightly pushed up the right. But the fact that they're going the same distance gives me so many more weapons on the golf course, and weapons I see people not practicing enough. Again, I've said it loads, forget perfect, get functional. Functional means different situations, temperatures, heights, even when you're above sea level or not, to winds, rains, all those many factors that you're playing golf in, day out. I think that's yours down there, mate. Oh, that is awkward. Come on, Murray. That's not Murray. Happy hat is on. Girl youngest, girl oldest, tired. We're going to get food. There we go, thanks for watching.
Hi.
So hit the comment section up down below about today's question. Do you wear sun cream? Little tip, if you don't, you should. Good night, Orla.
Good night.
Good night, Fanula. And a good night from me.
Good boy, Daddy.